My name is Brina Lovelace, and this is my story. Well, I was baptized when I was super little, around 9 years old, but I don't believe I met the Lord until I was like 13. And immediately, service to the Lord was like the main focus. And I got to go to Mexico probably 2 or 3 months after I met the Lord on my first mission trip. And then 6 months later, went to Honduras, and then it was just sort of this little spiral of just, leaving and doing more and doing more and doing more. And the more I went, the more I realized how relevant it was to live for the Lord when I was here, so that really there wouldn't have to be a change. But I didn't really realize that with all the serving the Lord, basically that's all my relationship with the Lord became, was just serving Him and serving Him and serving Him, and not really spending any time with Him in the first place. So it's almost like the product of what our relationship was supposed to be really just became the basis of the relationship. Recently, just the past couple years, just a lot of sort of trials and brokenness have sort of surfaced just within my family and relationships and friendships around me. And a lot of that, I think, was very strategically placed just because it caused me to turn to the Lord in a way that I had never been challenged to do. As these things are going on, the Lord and I are just growing closer and closer. And just recently, last semester, I was just feeling really down, and I don't know why. And a friend ended up coming and praying with me. She asked me if I wanted to know if the Lord was pleased with me. And I just completely broke down, because really deep down I didn't believe that He was. And I guess the way that I was raised just sort of trained me to just forever be working for the Lord's approval without realizing that I already had it because I'm His child. And He is so pleased with me and, delights in me. That was the turning point for me. And ever since then, my relationship with the Lord has just had this really new type of intimacy that I really didn't know existed. And so it turned out we were sitting when we did communion a couple weeks ago in service, and I was just praying and asking the Lord, to purify my heart, and asking Him if there was anything that I needed to do, because I think that sometimes not doing something can be just as sinful as doing something wrong. And He was like, Brina, you haven't been baptized. So that was that. I just really want to respond in obedience to that. And also, I know that baptism is a really exciting thing that you can do with your church family, and it's a profession of saying, I am part of the body of Christ. And so with the place that the Lord has brought me to now, I'm just in a place of being really excited to let my church family know that, I'm a child of God, and that with all of this just brokenness and heartache around me, the Lord is still so faithful, and He has been so faithful. And so baptism to me, especially now, is sort of like a victory cry, I guess. Just praise that the Lord is so faithful.